Welcome back everybody to another rebuild. With the recent poll that I put up, Brescia was the team you would like to see rebuilt next. A whopping 38%, pretty close in the end. Galatasaray and Southampton both on 31%. So once again, thank you very much for your voting. Now I did a little bit of digging on Brescia and they have had a lot of legends going through the club, with the likes of Giorgi Hagi, Roberto Baggio, and Andrea Pirlo as well. Some whopping characters there. And I'm sure they would like to see this club restored to their better days, because currently they are lying in Serie B. They were last in Serie A in 1920 season, where they got relegated second from bottom. And they also hold the record for the most seasons in Serie B, I believe. I do apologise for the sirens that you may be able to hear in the background, but it's all kicking off. However, it's about to kick off in this rebuild as well, as we try and get them back to the big time, and hopefully with a trophy or two in tow. A club which has enjoyed the best spell during the 1990s, with the last competition win coming as recently as 2019 actually. I think that was the season they won Serie B, and then they got relegated the season afterwards, unfortunately. But they have won the Italian second tier on 4 occasions, and were runners up 5 times, and also winning the Italian third tier in 39 and 85, winning the Anglo-Italian Intertoto Cup, I believe that is, in 1993. As we come to their favoured formation, which looks like the 4-3-3 with DM, which isn't too bad actually. If we can make it work, then great. I'd rather have 2 DMs. Currently, I think that's the way to go. I believe they should be crushing Serie B, getting back to Serie A where they once were, but they seem to have stagnated in Serie B for quite a while. So just to check on the finances, we are using an updated database, so there won't be any transfers for the first window, as they have already been done and dusted. The update can be found on the FM24 website or at Sort It Out SI website as well. But they've got €1 million in the transfer budget, and looking at the top end of the wages budget as well. They have got 7 million in the bank, which isn't too bad. Debt's just 3.5 million. That's pretty good. Staffing wise, a lot of work needs doing on that, and let's have a look at our squad, see exactly what we are dealing with. And to be perfectly honest, it looks okay for first glance. There's a couple of players over 30, but apart from that, I like the look of this one already. Bessaggio, the new Roberto Baggio maybe, is a cam role. Very high potential. He's only 21. Excellent stuff. There's quite a few of Fogliata as well. There he is, the 19-year-old. I mean, we could have 2 in midfield. It's already looking quite great for us. And Papetti as well, defender. Wow, 21 years old, again high potential. I mean, whether or not that would be that in the Serie A, I don't know, but definitely players we can definitely work with. Wow, let's have a look at the age of these players. 3 players 30 and above, with Jónasson, midfielder, cam player. He looks like somebody from ABBA. It's going way back a bit. Icelandic. I mean, pretty good. He's still playing though. No intention of retiring, I don't think. A couple of goalkeepers, a decent goalkeeper, Lazzarini. Yeah, I think we definitely could do something here with some of these lads. Let's have a look at the high potential. So we've seen the 3 there. I mean, that's really high. I mean, even so with the rest of them as well. I think this team is pretty stacked. If we have a look at their season preview, how are they predicted to finish 12th? I don't get it. Definitely got to work on that. But we have got a lot of teams, big teams in fact, to deal with. Sampdoria, Cremonese, Palermo, Sassuolo, who are favourites to take the division. Goodness me. We should be looking to finish in the top 6 for sure, and we want to get up there in the playoffs. Are there playoffs in here? Playoff up to 8th position. Good grief. Promoted to Serie A. So the top 3 go up, and then, what's this? A few of them 15 points separate 3rd and 4th. They go to a playoff, so it's not guaranteed. Wow, I've never seen that before. I think first off we need to find a formation, get some of these lads in, because we've got some very, very good young talent here. I mean, wow, I'm quite looking forward to working with these guys. Definitely can win something with these eventually, I feel. So I've decided to go with the following formation. With the players that we had, I felt like we didn't have that many good wingers, and we had quite a lot of midfielders, but we are going to be looking at 2 particular midfielders in, and that is Bessaggio and Fogliata. Bessaggio, bags of potential midfielder, central midfielder on attack, Mazzala on support. I think he's going to help us quite a lot. And they've just got bags of potential. I just love it. 21 years old as well. I want to see him grow. And the same with Fogliata as well. Another fantastic midfielder, bags of potential, looks cracking, and he's only 19. With the side that we've got, it's just superb. But if we do pick our best 11, it's only Fogliata that stay. In fact, no, none of them stay in there actually. Wow, okay, yeah, that's the reasoning why we decided to lock them two in. But we do have a very good, strong forward line as well. I wanted to go 3 up top, to be perfectly honest, but 2 will work, and we'll have 1 as a backup to come off the bench. We do have a good result against Frosinone in the Italian Cup first round, 1-0. It was a 22nd minute winner though, but a winner all the same. Salernitana, we win 4-3 at home. 92nd winner by Jonasson. I don't care how they come, they just need to keep winning. A 3-0 win over Bari, fantastic result, and then 2-1 win over Reggiano, who we beat in the friendlies. And we did have a good result in the friendlies against Agia Virtus. 11-3 there, so I'm hoping we're going to see a repeat of that as well. But hopefully the wins will keep coming. Currently lying top of the table. I'll take it. Sampdoria have been deducted 2 points. And we've drawn Salento in the next round of the Italian Cup. So our first boy to call is to get back to Serie A as quick as possible and have a good showing in the Italian Cup. That's what we really want to do. So let's get on with our first season and let's see what the boys can do. Well, that's part 1 of the challenges to be done. We're back in Serie A by 1 point. Look how close it was right at the very top. Those top 5 is separated by 4 points, but the top 4 separated by 1. We have a better goal difference than everybody and 1 point more than everybody else as well. That is just incredible. I'm so pleased. It must have got really, really close. We did have a good run in, 3 wins on the bounce towards the end that really helped us, and Salernitana as well, getting in from a playoff, I'm guessing. 22 wins, 8 draws, 8 losses. That's not too bad. As a team that's growing, it's pretty young as well. I'm really, really pleased with that. Borelli, top goal scorer in the league. Same with Mancini as well. Ozar, Borelli, a couple of the best players in the league, and nothing else after that. I'm very surprised. I want to get Esposito. What's he doing at Spezia? I'm just intrigued. He's the other striker. He would have been fantastic at 18 years old as well. I'd like to have all the Espositos in one side eventually. I'm still aiming to do that at one time or another. But yeah, that may have to be put on hold for the time being. But that is absolutely phenomenal. We did get knocked out by Salento in the second round of the Italian Cup, unfortunately. So we didn't progress any further in that. And our squad, have a look at our 2 youngsters, Bersaglio and Fogliata. Wow. Not bad effort from the 2 youngsters in midfield. 4-3 conceded by our goalkeeper as well. That kind of helped with 11 clean sheets. But if we look at goals overall, Borelli, Mancini and Elsa in double figures. What happened to the striker there though? The 24-year-old Bianchi. I expect him to play a few more games at that though, I must admit. And Papetti in defence, 40 games, looks pretty decent as well. I mean, the side looks really good going into Serie A now. The question is, how much money are they going to support us with? And we'll soon find out. It's 5 million euros. I mean, it's possible. We have got a big wage budget increase as well, so that's going to help us a fair bit. But yeah, we're going to have to swing a few big deals our way in this one. We may have to end up adjusting the formation. So we say goodbye to just a couple of players that we managed to offload. Fabrizio Pagera, he's gone to Nancy for 100,000 euros, and then Mancini, he's gone to Empoli for 3.5 million. That was about it, but it did enable us to bring in a couple more players. First one is Luca Zanimacchia, 2 million euros from Udinese, a winger. Yeah, we're changing formation, if you probably haven't ever guessed. 26 years old, very good stats actually. He'll be with us for a good number of years at least anyway, so hopefully he'll grow into that role. He's looked pretty good already, still got some potential left. From Palermo for 2.5 million, I think it was, we're bringing Alessio Butaro. Defender, central defender actually, can play on cover, got plenty of potential. Again, another youngster to come into the squad. In fact, I think we may have locked him in. Bags of potential with him and Papetti in the defence. That would be amazing if he reached that potential within a year or two. And finally, from Inter's second team, we bring in Filip Stankovic, goalkeeper. He's impressed already, even though the stats look like they're going down a little bit, but 600,000. That's all it cost us, and he's worth 9 million already. I think we've got a little bit of a gem here. So with just a few players locked in, Stankovic is in there at the minute. Butaro, I'm umming and ahhing whether to keep him there or not and just maybe see if he'll win his place. Fogliata and Basaggio, I've kept them in. But if we pick our best 11, Basaggio and Basoli are in the midfield. We've got Borelli up top. I mean, it's still a very, very decent side though, to be fair. I think it's a team that really could surprise a few in the Serie A, at least anyway. However, the results are not great. We did win our Italian Cup first round, 5-1. Then we started against Salento. We got smashed 4-1. I really don't know where that came from. Put that down as first game nerves, I think. Then we drew with Spezia and then drew 1-1 with Udinese. I'm hoping the draws are not going to be a main factor this season. I've played this formation before and we did get an awful lot of draws in the first season. So it may be a case that we'll change it next season. But I'm hoping to survive this season so we can get some decent players in and then we can mess around with it after that. But the two midfielders that I've locked in, the two youngsters, they need to start performing. We're lying in 14th. 2 draws and a loss, 2 points. We're just not that far off. 18th, Spezia we drew with. I think it was Spezia. And it was Salento that we lost to, I think it was. Yeah. So, I mean, they're just in front of us because of that win. We should be aiming a little bit higher than that, I think. And Sassuolo, we've drawn in the next round of the Italian Cup. Are they in this division? I thought they got promoted. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they're in they're in Serie B. I'm hoping to come on top of that one. So let's delve into our first season and let's hope for not any mishap and we survive our first season back at Serie A. And our first season back in Serie A has ended and we do survive. We survive with 42 points. Quite considerable amount of distance from us in the relegation. Salernitana, Spezia and Hellas Verona all going down. But what's that, 16 points in the end? That's not bad. I'm quite happy with that. We do lose 18 games, which is an awful lot. Borelli, 21 goals, joint second leading goal scorer. Granted 11 behind Vlahovic of Juventus. Wow, that's just insane, isn't it? Apart from that, we did well to survive. I'm quite happy with that, actually, to be fair. We were knocked out by Juventus in the 3rd round on penalties. So we were pretty close. Just unfortunate to come against another Serie A team. But to be honest, it would have been hard to avoid them anyway. And it was Inter that go on to win it in the end against Lazio in the final. And as you can look at the league positions, we were quite consistent. And we were down that bottom half anyway. So I don't think there would have been any danger of us upsetting the odds of going for Europe straight off the bat, but I think we definitely can improve on what we have at the minute. Quick look at our squad then. So the guys we locked in then, our goalkeeper, well, looks very tasty indeed, and other 3 players, they don't look that bad. Fogliata, still bags of potential. Same with the other 2 as well. I mean, to be fair, they are in the early 20s, so still a long way to go. But goals-wise, 22 for Borelli in total, 12 for Olzar, who was in that cam position. Maybe can play up front as well, maybe. 12 and 8, not bad. 10 assists there for Basaggio. Anybody else? 9 there for Dickman. Galazi. That's not an awful lot. He only played 13 starts, 20 off the bench. Our goalkeeper, though, 75 conceded, though, Stankovic. Yeah, it's a lot, but then again, the guys that are playing in front of him will improve a lot, though. But Boutro, he did play in the DC role. 1 goal. Pepetti. Well, he only played 10. 27 off the bench. That's kind of annoying. Okay, next season we've been given 17 million. We have 100% of the transfer budget as well. That's not too bad. We've still got a little bit of wiggle room in the wages. But yeah, not an awful lot of money to come in. Maybe we'll have to offload if we can. But other than that, I think we've done pretty well for our first season. Well, we did manage to offload a couple of players. 3.3 million Spezia spent on Bisoli. We decided to let Dimitri go, mainly to give some of our younger players that he was taking the position over. So it was either lend him out on loan, which really didn't benefit us at all. 3 million euros does, however. So yeah, that's where we left him. Adorni, he's gone to Medina for 200,000, and one of the other goalkeepers, out of 3 that is, 75,000. From Cesena for 5 million euros, we're bringing Spendi. I'm wondering whether to actually play him instead of Borelli, but Borelli's been playing really well. But but to have a backup in Spendi is going to be quite handy. So we'll see how it goes. I am tempted to go 2 up front at some point. From Torino for €3 million, we're bringing a defender, Sazonov. Physicals look really nice. Agility, not so, but 6'4", he can jump, and I'm guessing he can head the ball as well, can he? Yeah, he can. 15, wow. But yeah, so he's coming in to partner Papetti, and also we've got Butaro, and we've got Castana as well. So pretty decent side at the back now. Finally, from Napoli for $8.5 million, we bring in Yips Gerard, 23-year-old DM. He looks superb and bags of potential, so quite costly. Hopefully he can reach that potential by the end of this rebuild. So there's only one player we've locked in is Yips at the DM, but we have changed the formation slightly just to give our defence a little bit of respite and hopefully not concede a lot. So if we pick our best 11 at the minute, it comes up as this. Not as great connection between Corrado and Zaminaccia. So yeah, I was hoping that would be a lot better than what it actually is. But yeah, the back four is pretty decent, although I'm not sure why Sazonov is not in there. So that's how I would play it. And like last season, we've not got off to the best of starts. 2 losses, Roma and AC Milan, and we beat Salento 2-1. So not brilliant, but we are through to the next round of the Italian Cup though. We're currently lying in 15th position. Again, not brilliant, but just that 1 win helping us. But more points than we did last season to start off with, because we had 2 points from 2 draws, and we've drawn Roma in the next round of the Italian Cup. So let's jump into season 3 and let's hopefully survive once again and maybe climb a few more places up the table. It's a good finish this season at 10th position, and we just missed out on a European spot as well. 53 points, 4 points behind Lazio. It could be that they've won a competition, but there is a lot of UCL participants for next season, as well as Europa League. Yeah, we just missed out. So disappointed, so close. Considering how much we lost last season, we've got that down to a minimum. 11 draws though, but it doesn't matter. 53 to top 10 finish. Fantastic. We finish ahead of Udinese as well. Sassuolo, Como, Parma have gone back down. Wow. But yeah, we've done reasonably well. I'm quite happy with that. We did get as far as the 3rd round, losing to Atalanta in the Italian Cup. 2-0 away from home, of which it was AC Milan from Salernitana. They did really well getting right through to the final, but it had to be penalties. So they're very close and causing an upset there, I reckon. Well, we did struggle with goals. In fact, how many goals did we end up scoring? So if we look at stages, we scored 40. Yeah, we really struggled this time round. 41 goals. Could that be down because we had 1 forward, I wonder? It worked better when we had 2. I don't think the wingers are doing that much though, to be fair. But if we have a look at the squad though, 10 for Zanimakia. I think we're going to have to revert back to wingless. I really can't see how we can do it otherwise. I don't think it's working for us at all, unfortunately. We don't have any real wingers in there that we're going to miss, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we're going to miss any. But 12 goals for Borelli. He's had a... Well, he only played 23, so that means our other forward, who is it? Spendi. How did he do? 2 and 18. He had 18 starts. Might be better when they're both up front next season. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to revert back to the diamond, I think. I think that really helped us that first season. I know it was only Serie B, but Yips, who we locked in, looks superb. 3 and 6, not bad from that DM position, but yeah, they love it. Absolutely fantastic. A goalkeeper as well, Stankovic, 35 from 39. See, this is where now I'm in a quandary. So do we leave it as it is with the 2 DMs, or do we go to a diamond where we just have 1 DM but 2 forwards so we can score more rather than concede less? It's a tough one. I really don't know what to do here. Our wingers don't look like they're progressing, but that could be because they're playing out of position with the wide midfielder. What we do know is we've got 15 million for next season. I'm going to be greedy, and while we're looking at this next month, can we increase... Well, I'll say wage budget. I want the transfer budget. Let's see if they do one of them. But yeah, we've got 15.5 so far. So not a lot of movement in the market really as regarding players out. There's a lot that we released on a free. From Maruka for 1.8 million euros, we're bringing Vitno. Looks superb in the midfield. He can play up front, or at least the wingers anyway, and the cam position, anywhere in that midfield role. So we're going to lock him into the midfield for this season. 26 years old, plenty of potential, and he comes from Portugal. Had a really good season last season, and he's been pretty consistent, so let's hope he'll do the same for us. From AZ for 6.5 million, we're bringing a left back, Wolf. I felt like we needed an upgrade from Corrado. He's done pretty well, but I think if we can improve in some positions, especially at the back, then it's going to help us long term, but looking pretty nice. And finally, on a free, midfielder Ludovic Reis, a Slovak, 26 years old, midfielder. Wow, he looks pretty good. We've sacrificed 47,000 a week, but for a freebie, can't really complain. He looks superb. So we've only locked in the one player. So if we pick our best 11, it looks pretty tasty, and definitely the players I would have in this side. Bendy's still yet to score. I'm worried about him. I really am. He does not seem to be playing pretty well, or scoring actually. So that's going to be a major factor. But Borelli is off the mark already. And as you can see, we've reverted back to the diamond formation. And it's gone pretty well. We took a few ups and downs before we got into a good run of 7 wins on the bounce, including a 7-1 victory and a 6-1 victory and a 6-0 actually as well. Then we played Cosenza in the Italian Cup first round. We won that 3-1, beat Cagliari, Hellas Verona in the league, and then we did lose out to Lazio and Atalanta, but they were both away from home, so they're pretty good markers, I feel, for the forthcoming season. So hopefully we'll improve on last season's 10th position. And so far so good. 7th position in the table. We're 3 points off the leaders, Juventus, AC Milan and Inter. So, you know, we're up there, which is great. And we've drawn Bari in the next round of the Italian Cup. So let's jump into season 4 and let's see if we can definitely improve on last season and go a bit further in the Italian Cup as well. It looks like reverting back to our original formation has done ourselves a treat. We've finished in 6th position, Europa League football next season, and we only lost 9 games. Wow, including a 4-0 battering by AC Milan. But wow, other than that, all of them have been pretty close. 11 draws though, still pretty high, but I'd rather draw than lose. 61 goals, 41 conceded. It's a lot better, and definitely more than everybody else below us. We do finish some way off the winners in today. That's something we're still gonna have to work on, but I tell you what, a top 6 finish, European football, that's fantastic. And we get to the semi-finals of the Italian Cup. We got beat by Inter Milan. Wow, 10-7. Good grief. 5-5 draw in the second leg. AC Milan though batter Juventus 7-1. So who took it in the end? AC over Inter 3-2. Goodness me. Our lads though, how did they feel? Well, how did it didn't do too bad. 9-12. That's not a bad return really, to be fair. 3 players getting double figures. Borelli 21-7. Spendi 13-6. I'm hoping that's going to be a lot more next season because we're going to need it. And 13-12 for Olza as well. Goalkeeper wise, Stankovic, that's not bad either. 54-44 with 14 clean sheets. I tell you what, it's not bad at all. And the formation, I think, seems to do us a lot better. Wolf, 6 assists. I would like to see him do a little bit more, but that'll do for this first season. We can definitely improve on some of these players though, but yeah, I'm really impressed. Some players not getting any game time, namely our wingers. So I think we tried to offload them last season. It wasn't quite working out, so we'll try again this season. But yeah, definitely can improve the side some. But we need money, and we have got 14, nearly 15 going into Europe next season. We've got less than last season, so we can always ask the board for more because we have got 31 in the bank. Any debts? Is that gone yet? 15 million left. I'm hoping we can bag a couple of good players now we're in Europe. Right, for the final time, for the final transfers going out, we do manage to offload our wingers. 2 of them, Galazzi and Zanimakia. They've both gone for a combined 1.2 million euros in the end, with a couple of others going out on a free. Apart from that, nothing else really was available to us, so we decided not to sell. But our first signing of 2 from Espanyol for 14 million euros was 27-year-old Jose Greguera. Can play midfield, can play DM as well. I think midfield really would suit him down to the ground. But yeah, we would have a really solid midfield with him and Reece in there, and just help consolidate us a little bit better. He was our main signing, and that's where all our money went on. And on a free, I decided to get in another backup to Olza. He can also play in that position as well as a cam. He can also play midfield, which is going to be quite handy as well. But for a free 24-year-old, I think it's quite a good deal. Looks pretty nice with flair and vision as well. We're sticking with the same formation. It did us proud last season. We got to 6th. And if we pick our best 11, this is what it comes up with. And Greguera comes straight in, and so does Sosa, actually, surprisingly. So we didn't start off the friendlies quite so well, with 3 losses on the bounce, and then all of a sudden Torino with a fantastic 2-0 victory. Spendi and Olza both scoring. AC Milan, again, we get battered, but that's not surprising. And Sassuolo, a 2-1 victory with Spendi again on the score sheet. The Europa League, we've been drawn against Augsburg, Maccabi Haifa, Leipzig, Anderlecht, Utrecht, Salzburg, Panathinaikos and BRESCIA as well. So yeah, I'm expecting us to go through at least to the next round in that competition. We are currently lying in 8th position, 6 points off leaders at Juventus, but they have played a game more than ourselves, and we're not that far off 6th spot with a 0 goal difference together with Lazio and Roma. And looking at the Europa League, it looks like we are predicted at 19th position, which I'm quite happy with. So let's see if we can cause a stir in Europe and see if we can again get a top 6 finish. Well, we've only just gone and done it again. 7th place finish this time, 57 points. We're still way off the top 6 this time, unfortunately. However, we do still finish in a European spot, which is absolutely phenomenal. 4 seasons now in Serie A after going up in the first season, and for the second season in a row, we have obtained European football. That's absolutely superb. That's brilliant. 11 losses though, 15 wins, 57 points. I mean, that was 14 points behind 6th place Napoli. And look at that, AC Milan 30 points ahead of us. It's a big gap there between the top, but I'm pretty pleased with that. It can only get better here on in. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody in the top 3 for anything. Europa League, however, we do finish in 18th position, qualify for the next round, which is pretty good. 4 wins against Basaksehir. We got Utrecht, Anderlecht and Maccabi Haifa, and we lost to Panathinaikos, Salzburg, Leipzig and Augsburg. I mean, we only lost by the odd goal, so that's not too bad. 12 points, 4 points off an automatic to the round of 16. Southampton are in there, wow, and Rangers, good grief. Leipzig finish 8 for 8. I mean, that's insane. The next round, we beat Besiktas, beat them 4-2 over the 2 legs. So we progress even further, and then we come undone against Leipzig. Despite winning the second leg 1-0, we do lose on penalties in the end. Oh, that's so unfortunate. We did pretty well though to get that far. The final being won by Tottenham against Lille 1-0. But not to be undone though, we do get to the Italian Cup final and we play Inter and we win 2-0. Barelli starting the scoring off late on in the match though, 75th minute. And then we have a late goal by Reece to put it beyond them and win our first major trophy, I believe, for the club. I mean, that's a superb finish there by Reece. And Barelli leads the way in the goals in the competition with 5, and Ozar most assists. And Stankovic, he gets 2 clean sheets in the competition as well. Well done him. Confirmation of what's happened. 7th in the league, knocked out in the round of 16 and the Italian Cup. Get him, boys. So looking at our squad for the final time. Goals, 22 goals for Spendi. Barelli, 20 goals as well. And to think they're still 25 and 28 years old. 10 and 11 for Reece. Superb performance there. Bianchi, 9 and 4 from 9 starts actually. That's pretty good. Could do with a little bit more help from everybody else, but our 2 forwards, 42 goals between them. That's fantastic. And a goalkeeper, Stankovic, who we always have a look at as well, didn't do too bad. 61 goals conceded. And Wolf, 9 assists this time round, so that's pretty good. What have they got financially going forward after winning that competition? Wow, 40 million euros. What we could have done with that in the last couple of seasons, eh? Our staffing doesn't look too bad. Our coaching's brilliant. Much to be desired about the recruitment side of things, though. Confirmation, the Italian Cup is our first major trophy, and as always, we'll have a look at some of the records if we did break any. That is, our highest league position, 6th. That was last season in the Serie A. We did score 74 goals in our first season. Not many records being broken, unfortunately. Highest gate receipts against Leipzig, 671,000. We do get most assists by player in the season by Vitno, 12. That was the season before last, I believe. And most player of the match award, 7 by Reese. I think that was this season just finished. That's superb effort as well. Youngest goal scorers, Fogliata, 19 years and 133 days. Any sequences do we get there? Most matches without conceding, 3. I'm happy with that. So what a climb Brescia have had. Pity we couldn't go on for a lot longer. I mean, maybe the formation needs changing. We need more better players possibly. But overall, that formation, the Diamond, has pretty worked for us pretty well for the last 2 seasons. Getting us European football on both occasions. That is superb. And of course, winning the Italian Cup, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you did enjoy that, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let me know down in the comments below who you would like to see rebuilt next, and start thinking about what sort of teams you would like to see in FM25 when we eventually get there at the end of November, so we can make a start straight off the bat. And until the next rebuild, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.